And now, FAIRFAX Breakfast Club with your host, Basile Lemba.
Welcome to the FAIRFAX Breakfast Club show. My name is Basile Lemba and I will be your host. The FAIRFAX Breakfast Club is a weekly program in which we bring you valuable and workable know-how you can use to improve your networking skills and grow your business. Today, we're bringing to you a very special edition of the FAIRFAX Breakfast Club show. In this one, I'll take the opportunity to give you the history, the structures, and working of the Breakfast Club. The history of the Breakfast Club is very simple. It is a story of somebody who happened to come in Virginia over 10 years ago and got the opportunity to visit all the different networking events and found that those networking events were good, but more could be done to serve the guests at the event. And on that, a survey was made to find out what exactly would the guest want to see when he comes into the room. So then we take what the guest want to see and put it in and took out what he was not interested in. And over the last 9 years, we have improved on it so that it is exactly just that. Now, to better explain it to you, we have together over here a chart that you could see on the screen. And at the bottom of the screen, you can see the correct know-how. We'll come on back to that. At the first step, you can see meeting, and that is the area where people come together and network. And as they network, as part of the structure of the Breakfast Club, we have them sitting up where they get the opportunity to spend quality time with one another, as you can see on one of the pictures. And this is where bonding takes place. You could say the essence of the Breakfast Club is to create bonding, create an atmosphere where business owners can come together and bond. And from there, things happen by themselves. See, in reality, if you allow business owners to bond, the business follows. So that's what you see the next step there, it is income. Now, when we're talking about income, our goal is never helping a business achieve credit or look well. Our goal is to help every single business achieve solvency, which is a new word, quote unquote, in the business world today. We want to help them achieve solvency, meaning we want to help them make more money than their bills. Once they do that, they will then achieve the higher goal, which is success. If they have that much money, now they can do whatever they want with it. And that is success. Now, come on back at the bottom of the chart, you can see correct know-how. We started the breakfast event and we ran it, it went very well. But it dawned on us that people could use more information as to networking and business. So as part of the Breakfast Club, we started an educational program for about 10 or 15 minutes. So those attending then could benefit from that information and use that to grow their business. But there was still a problem, because in reality, in our base, we have over 5,000 business owners and professionals. Some of them cannot make it at a breakfast event. Some of them cannot make it at the expo. I'll give you an example. A mom with children who has to make sure that their kid get into a bus at 7:30. She can never make it. So the question was, how could we help them? And the answer to that then became a TV show. And that's how we have this program to provide to one and all. Now we're talking about millions of households, the opportunity to have the information they can use by coming to our breakfast and using it, or even using it to their own business. And that's the section of correct know-how. So we provide that correct know-how through the TV program as this one over here, or through our regular educational seminar as part of the Breakfast Club. So there you have it. Now I'm going to walk you through now to the Breakfast Club step by step, sequence by sequence. I'm often asked what happened at the Breakfast Club, how do you guys do it, what's happened exactly. Even if I explain it to anybody, I still think you'll have to come to experience it. But however, I'll explain you what goes on. Doors open at 7:30. Guests come in. From 7:30 to 8, they mingle, have the breakfast event, catch up with their friends and what have you. At 8 o'clock on the dot, we start the session. Everybody get a chance to introduce themselves. It takes about maybe for 15 seconds. The name, the company, and a summary of what they do. At one point, we have a spotlight presentation. One of the members of the group get to talk about a business for about 5 minutes. And following that, now we have the opportunity to learn more about the upcoming event or whatever else is happening. And after that, we have a section which is, some call it, I call it chair drill, some have other names for it. We have to see that on the screen right there. And then now we have the newcomers sitting all against the wall and the other people coming and sitting right in front of it. And each person have 1 minute to explain to the other person what they do. So 1 minute, person A explain their business to person B, and after that we switch, person B explain what they do to the person. And then after that, the person A move to the next chair, giving them the opportunity to talk to one another. And at the end, we have the door prize, and then the program is adjourned. So this is the physical description of what takes place. But believe me, you only get 100% of it, because the meat of the thing is about the experience of being into that room and experiencing it. And next, we meet every second or third Thursday of the month. You can find the exact precise date of our meeting on our website, which is blnbc.com. We strongly recommend that you come and check it out and experience it for yourself. As a matter of fact, to make it even more easier for you, the first time attendance is complimentary, so you won't have to pay. We've taken that excuse away as well. So we're looking forward to having you in there. Now, what does this mean? I've talked about, oh, we do this, we do that. What are the end result? I can tell you this. We have seen best friend being made in that room. We have seen people changing profession in that room. We have seen deals being signed during, after the meeting in that room. So the tail end, the end result of that is business being done. In fact, I sometimes joke, I say, if I was to ask 10% of all the contracts signed, maybe I should be retired by now. I think really that's the amount of money that gets made there. And I'm serious. At one of our meetings, the Hilton Hotel representative met with somebody from the Fairfax County Chamber. Not the Fairfax County government, sorry. They signed a $30,000 contract, basic $30,000 that was to be renewed each and every year. That contract could easily be in 1 week, in 1 year, $60,000 or $70,000, depending on the amount of person coming to that major event they was putting on. So this definitely have its impact on the community today. Keep in mind, we have been doing that for 9 years. So for 9 years, we have been bringing business owners together so they can do business with one another. I do believe we're serving a purpose, because otherwise we wouldn't have lasted this long. On May 17, for that matter, we're celebrating the 9th anniversary of the Breakfast Club, which will be a huge expo in itself with 100 exhibitors and some 400 to 500 business owners coming together. So definitely, this is the place where it's happening, where you can easily come and grow your business. Now, It's only fitting that we tackle the next part of the Breakfast Club, which is the techniques part of it. So we can add that to this program. So you're having all of it in one. Over the years, through a tremendous amount of research and testing and experience, we have isolated what we consider the basics of networking. And I'm going to give them to you right now. The first one is, as you can see on the screen over here, it is networking versus selling. In networking, in selling, I can come up to you, I say, hey, Bill, how are you? I'm selling this wuji, and then I sell it to you, you buy it. And if I am sophisticated as a salesman, now I can ask you for a referral. And then you let me know if you have a referral. However, in networking, I am thinking of all the people you know, not only you. Of course, naturally, I won't forget to sell you, but I'm more concerned, I'm interested in the other people you know. So I'll ask you, for your information, every grown-up person knows at least 3,000 people. Each and every grown-up person knows 3,000 people. That they realize that or not is totally, completely irrelevant. They do. As a networker, you need to know that for fact. You do not have to walk up to them and say, oh, you know 3,000 people, but you have to know that and talk to them, ask them questions as to who do they know, any architect, any realtor, and what have you, because the job, you see, of the networker is to describe exactly and precisely what we're looking for. And ask that person to go into the file of the 3,000 people and to find those persons. Because those persons are there. If, as a networker, you do not have that, you may not be very successful. So that's the point number one. Point number two is we say allow them expression. You will find if you go into a meeting or any social encountering and you start talking to people, chances are that they have their attention on something else. If it's as if you are looking at a glass that was full, and now you're trying to add something to a full glass, what's going to happen is that nothing is going to go in. So we suggest allow them expression, let them talk to you first. Talk to you about whatever they have in their mind or whatever is going on in their life. And by doing so, they empty the glasses, so to speak. And now you have room to put your information in there. And that's what we mean by allow them expression. And I'll give you a secret. Top networker never come up to somebody and start talking to them. In fact, they always let the person express themselves and then they'll add to it or share some information with them. Point number three is interest versus interesting. This is the one we got from several materials, very special materials. You see, if you run into somebody and start talking to them about yourself, you may not get much of their attention. But you probably want to be interested in them, finding out genuinely, but by being interested, I mean being genuinely interested into the person, learning more about them, and from there, take it to answer their need. If you know more about them, then you will know how to match the product you are talking about. They say, let the prospect design the presentation, meaning you have to know something about your prospect so that you can then position your product so that it can fit the need of the customers. But if you don't know what the person is all about, then your presentation is rather general and is not necessarily showing any feeling or concern with your guests. So it is fundamental to be interested in your customers, and then you know something about them, and then you can bring them the personalized help they need. That's what we mean by being interested. But there is something else to know about it. How would you like to be able to network and never get tired? Well, we have a solution for that. If you are interested in the people, who they are, what they do, how they do it, you're genuinely interested, you'll never get tired. We dare say the only time you ever get tired, it is when you are interesting. And incidentally, this is where the superstar in the world, the celebrities, break their neck. See, when they are learning the craft and what have you, they are interested. When they become a celebrity, they stand there and wait or look for attention, at which point in time they go downhill. So if you want to be always in shape, good shape, and never get tired, then the solution will be to be interested. So that's that point. The next point, point number 4, will be networking. And you can break that in net plus work. To network, it takes some work. You have to get ready, get dressed, go out, make it there, take your business card, pass them around, come on home, do the follow-up and what have you. It's part and parcel of it. You have to do the work to get the benefit of the networking. So that's inevitable, whichever way you go. Now, this brings us to the last point, which is consistency. Consistency is the key. The key is consistency. I often ask this question at the Breakfast Club event. What would you think of a restaurant that makes good food 3 days out of 7? This is an interesting question because sometimes the attendees tell me, oh, you know what, well, I'll figure out what are the 3 days and then go to a restaurant the 3 days. Okay, very good. What if you never know the 3 days? So the same goes in business. It is continuity, continuity, continuity. Maybe when it comes to promotion, you have to keep promoting your business all the time to be able to have a healthy business. This point is very fundamental because it answers also the nightmare in business called booms and depressions. What is booms and depression in business? It is the company promote, promote, promote. Very good. Now the business comes in. Now the company swing into delivering the product and stop promoting. They deliver, they work hard at delivering, very good, they're done with delivery. Now that delivery is done, they come back and say, okay, now what's happening? And they find out there's nothing was put in the pipeline. Actually, the top successful business worldwide put 15% of their money into promotion, week in, week out. Consistency, week in, week out. You never stop promoting. Same thing in the business. Booms and depression, booms and depression, booms and depression. The solution is to promote, 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 and deliver, 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 deliver. Promote, 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 deliver, deliver, deliver. It is fundamental. In fact, it is so fundamental that the biggest loss, and get this, the biggest loss in business is not the money that Treasury spend out. It's not because Treasury buy a boat pen nobody needed. The biggest loss, get this please, the biggest loss of income in a business is money that a business could have made that it didn't make. Let me give that to you again. The biggest loss of income in a business is money the business could have made that it didn't make. When the company does not promote or when they are not consistent at getting out there or networking, then they miss those opportunities. And those opportunities, they will not or might not never recover. That is why you want to stay consistent in your promotion. Stopping promoting is suicide, mere suicide. You never, never do that. It doesn't matter if you are on Clover, money is coming all over the place, you have $1 million, your income is out the roof. You better keep promoting. because otherwise you will feel it down the line. So consistent is fundamental. So you want to keep promoting, because the promotion of today will give you the business tomorrow. The no promotion today will give you, what is the word again? I'm thinking, will be, you will starve tomorrow. Yes, if you stop promoting today, you will starve tomorrow. The reason I'm saying that to you because I don't want you to starve. So keep promoting, promoting, and promoting. What I've gone over as the basic principles of networking. And I'm glad I covered them in full because this question has been coming to me several times. And I'm glad that I'm covering that thoroughly and completely in this show over here today. There is something more, some good news for you. For several years, I have been hounded about writing a book. I must admit that you wore me down. So this year, I'm going to write a book on networking. So before the end of the 2013, that book will be out, so you have it and can avail yourself of it. Congratulations on wearing me down. So that book will be coming and we're passing it out, so everybody has it. And naturally, we'll be offering it at we'll be present at our breakfast event, so you can have it and can take advantage of it. I would like to start recapping. We came out on the scene. We found that various networking was being done, but we were not happy with them because they were not guest-oriented. It makes sense. When somebody put an event, they have their agenda, they are executing their agenda. But this agenda may not necessarily fit the needs of the guests. So we put together a breakfast event and an expo that handle the needs of the guests, not ours. So we host a monthly breakfast event in Fairfax, the second or third Thursday of the month at 3999 University Drive from 7:30 to 9. You're welcome to come. The next one is on January 24. And the people who attended our event loved it a lot, and they wanted to showcase their good. So to answer that, we created an expo that we host now in May and December. Last Friday, we hosted an expo again, and the next one will be on May 17. This will give the opportunity to showcase their good. At those expos, we have about 100 exhibitors and 400 to 500 business people. And here again, those expos are designed to help to serve the exhibitors. That means the exhibitor we're serving the exhibitor, not us. So he comes, he's set up, and we design the whole thing so the guests go through the exhibitors. And that way they can drum up some business. Before coming to the show over here, I talked to 2 exhibitors. In fact, this morning, they are very, very rave. One of them got 12 customers at the last expo on Friday. Another one, 5 customers. And the interesting part, one of them told me they go to other expo where they spend quite a bit more money, but they don't get that much business. So yes, the attitude or the action of switching it, serving the guest and the exhibitor is paying off because now they get the full benefit of the expo. So if check our website, on the Breakfast Club website, which is the blnbc.com, so you can learn more about it. But also check out our expo website, which is ultbizexpo.com, so that there also you can learn more about the expo. And that way you'll know exactly and precisely what we do. And I should add that in our organization we have different levels of contribution. We have the patrons, the benefactors, and the ambassadors. You can learn more about those also on our website, so you can contribute and take advantages of it. And I'd like to add this, just for your information, all our organization, all our activities come under a foundation which is called the BL Competence Foundation, which handles arts, education, administration of business, and sport. The Breakfast Club and the Expo comes under the business section. So you'll learn more, you'll find out more later on as well on that foundation. So if you want to contribute to that, your help will very much appreciated. I thank you very much for tuning in. I'm happy I did this because I get the question about the Breakfast Club on the Expo on end. And I'm glad that now we have